What's up, everybody? I'm back with another video game review, and today I am reviewing Paper Mario Color Smash, released in 2016 on the Wii U. Um, this was the last Paper Mario game on the Wii U. I don't know if there's been any Paper Mario's released after this one either, but this was personally my first ever Paper Mario game, which is really, really, really cool. So with disclaimer with that, because I know a lot of the controversy around this game was not very well received at all. But a lot of the controversy surrounding this game is that it's very similar to past Paper Mario games and really didn't have it, and it's just kind of not what the fans were wanting with the next Paper Mario. But I can't really attest to any of those claims because I've never played Paper Mario games before. It's my first ever one. There are quite a few more on the list for games that I need to play and review, so I'll probably be playing more, but this was my first. So let's just jump right into the review, shall we? I do like in the title screen the gradual shift from no color to having color in the screen. When I first saw that, I thought originally it was going to be the farther you got in the game, the more color would show up on the title screen every time you logged into the game. But no, it just all pops up at the beginning, which I also think is cool, and shows like the whole premise of this game. It's kind of shown in the title screen, because the whole gimmick of this game is Paper Mario being able to recolor the world after like Shy Guys are like sucking the color out of it. So and whatnot. So it's kind of cool that they show the premise. First off, the paper concept, because I know it's kind of my first Paper Mario game, so I'm going to talk about that. The paper concept is super cool. I think it's a unique take. I thought it can create some bad depth perception. However, I found a lot of times I was trying to line up to hit a item block, or trying to run around an enemy, or even hit an enemy, or trying to find a bush, or trying to color something, and I was just not getting it right because the depth perception was not great for what I was trying to do, because it's a Paper Mario game. So that's just what I thought. I really wish Mario could jump higher. It just seemed like he's paper, and he can only jump like this much. And like, and again, that's for that's so you can incorporate some cool like colors, or not colors, I guess cool puzzles and like unique ways to climb up stuff and do stuff in the game. But really, you couldn't make him jump any higher than that. I guess it's better than him not being able to jump at all, which they could have also done. But I don't know. Just really, that's all, you know. The different. So let's talk about this, and then we talk about the color splash part. You're recoloring the earth. It feels like to me a concept. You know what it feels like to me? It feels like Splatoon, another IP that they debuted on the Wii U 2 years prior to when this game came out. It feels like they just took the premise of Splatoon and kind of shaped and like shifted it and like formed it to Paper Mario and threw it out there and said, "This is our new gimmick. This is our new game. Buy it. Give us your money." And it's just like, okay, I get it. Like, it's not bad. Like, it's a cool gimmick, and I really liked going in and filling out all the colors and getting the different colors and using them to do all that sort of stuff. But I don't know. It's just immediately right off the bat, I could tell this is Splatoon, and like, you couldn't have come up with anything a little bit more unique, because like, anybody, if I can sniff that out, anybody can sniff that out. And it was just, why? There are a lot of impracticalities in this game with like the elements working with the paper and cardboard, like enemies and objects in the game, mainly fire. Like, how can Morton light stuff on fire? If he is paper, he is going to burn himself to death. Like, that just doesn't make any sense. Some of them jump in the water, but then like they're only partially hurt, and that's cool how they did that. But sometimes they could just fall off into the water. Some stuff blowing around, that's pretty cool too. But man, and like ice too. Like, ice doesn't really do much to them at all. like they probably should. I don't know, just kind of some impracticalities there. The combat. Let's go about the combat. This is another thing that people really don't like about this game. It's an RPG style with card turn taking. Yeah, cool. I thought it did a good job, though, of utilizing the gamepad and the TV. There were a couple of instances where I thought it was a really good job of using both the gamepad and the TV. We'll get to the other one a little bit later, but that was the first one. The card thing, it's not great because you run out of cards really quickly. Because especially just a little bit into the game. I mean, sometimes it takes just one card to land a good hit, and boom, you kill them. Sometimes you got to use multiple cards. Sometimes you got to do multiple cards like multiple turns, and you can run out of cards really easily. And it's not like it's hard to get cards, but sometimes you can forget to just go and hit an item block or hit a flower or hit something that would have cards in it, and you have to really be attentive to go around and fill everything and do everything you can to get more cards because chances are you're gonna run into an enemy. I talked about this in Mario & Luigi Dream Team review, which is also an RPG style game. You run into enemies. There are enemies at every corner, and you are guaranteed to hit a bunch of enemies per level in this game. And so you got to have cards ready, but you run out of them super, super quickly. So you really got to think about that. I think it just adds an unnecessary aspect to it for remembering and like conserving and stuff. And I don't know, and also like the card thing, you got to like select the card and then you got to color the card in if it's not already filled in, and you got to click a bunch of buttons and then you got to slide it before you finally go use it. And it just makes taking turns take really, really long for really no reason. So, and then like the turn thing, it can make the battles draw on for quite a while. One thing about this game I really like, though, I really like the music. Said that a lot about some of these other games. I really like the music. It's really good stuff. So I really like listening to it, and it was good soundtrack. Really did. This thing really pissed me off. Yes, I know that pressing the up arrow on the D-pad allows me to talk to you, Mr. Paintcan. You don't need to tell me literally every time I enter a new area or turn a corner or do literally anything without consulting you first. Okay? We don't need to know that literally every 5 seconds. We can remember controls, and if we don't remember controls, we'll just go to the options page. Okay? God, that really, really got to me really fast. It was just annoying. And it eventually does stop once you start to actually utilize him or you just get too far enough into the game. But good God, right at the beginning, it could slow you down. It could just be really, really annoying. Did not like it. The other thing that I think utilizes the gamepad really, really well is the cutout function. It brings back some of like the classic 2D Mario feel to it, like a platformer. While also doing a good job of, making sure you got paying attention to the gamepad, and then you can watch the same thing happen on the TV screen. Then you can use the cards to fill in some of the spots on the cutout things. So I thought they did a good job with that as well. So having multiple main objectives in courses, I think gives the game pretty good replay value. Like you got to go in and you have to, like at the beginning, you have to find the 3 toads and do their missions to save them or fulfill a goal that they have before they can go unlock the key, and you go and fight the first battle. And then you also have to beat the levels in order to unlock new levels and get stars to unlock new levels just to get to those main levels that you need to get to. There's multiple stars to go in to do that. So it helps give the game better replay value. It gets, more time to explore all the levels and do all that kind of stuff. Maybe you're wondering, oh, it's levels, but it's RPG. Yeah, it's a little weird. It's kind of a mix of just like a regular platformer, but also an RPG. It's not a bad combination. It's just an unorthodox one. Those would normally be separate, but in this game they're not. So yeah, it's a little weird. Just not gonna lie. And a couple other things. Why can't you pause the game with the plus button? The only other way you can pause it is by clicking the pause button on the screen. Would you think, oh, that's not really a big deal. Why are you complaining about it? But for any gamer out there, it's muscle memory to press the plus button or start. If you're playing on like PS4 or PlayStation, I guess in general, it's just muscle memory to press start or press the plus button to pause a game. You do it in so many other games, it becomes just a reflex. And then you go into this game and like, oh, I have to actually touch the screen and remember where to touch it. So I have to look down, make sure I touch the random spot, because then you tap plus, then you're in a whole menu and you're just going crazy and doing what God knows what. So, it's really annoying that you have to like reject muscle memory just to be able to pause this game. It's like, okay, I'm fine with having the button on the screen, but why couldn't you also programmed it to be plus? Like, come on, it's not that hard, is it? The toads in this game really, really piss me off. They're super entitled and they are super annoying. I've probably said that before about them in this game, but in this game, it is very, very apparent that they are just really, really big assholes. And then finally, why are you fighting a steak? Why? Who? It's a Paper Mario. Why are you fighting a steak? What is this, Dinosaurs 3D? We fight broccoli? It's a steak in a Paper Mario game. Why are we doing that? It just doesn't... I think that right there just sums up why many people are not very big, fond people of this game. And like, I get it, right? There's a lot of impracticalities, a lot of technicalities in this game. The pause issue, the thing, the Splatoon knockoff, and the combat situation, and just some of the most out there stuff for combat or enemies or things to do that you can think of, and the impracticalities with the fire and all that kind of stuff. I can't say that, the problem with it being just not very unique and not what the Paper Mario fans want. I can't say it on that part, but I definitely can sympathize with a lot of other people on their thoughts with this game. So anyway, that's gonna do it. That's all the notes I had. My final score for Paper Mario Color Smash is probably just gonna have to give it a 6 out of 10. Probably 7 out of 10. I didn't hate the game. I enjoyed it for what I played. But I just don't really have a lot of desire to go back and play it anymore. So that's kind of my thoughts on it. But that's it for this review. If you've ever played Paper Mario Color Smash, I'd love to know your thoughts about it in the comment section down below. And just keep in mind, I do have more Paper Mario games on the list to play. So I'm probably going to have a better experience with it in the future. But this was my first one, and it left not a bad impression, but not a great one either. So, but anyway, that's going to do it for this video. Stay tuned for much more amazing content, including more game reviews and other awesome stuff. And until next time, I will see you guys later. Goodbye.